And the game plan wasn't anything too sophisticated. I just wanted to get in his chest. I wanted to be right in his face the whole time, get my hands on him, wear on him, get him tired, and go from there and see what's going to happen. Guys, he hit me so hard it was like a missile. I keep calling it a missile. I got hit with a missile. And I'm going down to the mat. Right? I think it might have been like a two-punch, boom, boom. And I'm falling down to the mat, and I'm thinking, yeah, this would be a good time to call it a night. But I'm not going out as the fastest knockout in Bellator history. I remember actually thinking that, and I was out of it. I never really recovered from that moment.
In today's episode, we'll unveil one of the most significant figures in mixed martial arts, Fedor Emelianenko. The last emperor has had a stellar MMA career, enriching the industry like no one else. He garnered immense fame, recognition, and respect over decades of spectacular performances. Yet even with his stature, the Russian faced opponents' audacity and disrespect, which he duly punished inside the ring or the octagon. Today, we'll delve into such instances. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, also like the video and leave a 4-word comment. And with that, let's get started. Here we go. Anyone who's watched Fedor's fights knows there are no ugly battles. Every fight is a benchmark. They are watched over years and decades because he defeated the strongest of opponents. Even in the toughest situations, he emerged victorious. Let's kick off our selection with a rather local incident, known only to true mixed martial arts fans and aficionados. In August 2004, the legendary Russian fighter had been competing in the merciless Pride for about 2 years, doing so with great success. By that time, he had already secured 9 victories within the Japanese walls and held the heavyweight championship title. At that time, the organization was hosting a major Grand Prix featuring the best heavyweight fighters from around the globe. From the draw among 16 participants, Fedor faced a local prospect, Naoya Ogawa. Ogawa, an Olympic judo silver medalist, had yet to lose in MMA, boasting a record of 5 victories with no defeats. This particular case is notable because the Japanese native didn't hide his disrespect, audacity, arrogance. Feel free to add more in the comments. He didn't react to Emelianenko's extended hand, for which the last emperor thoroughly punished him, first beating him in the stand-up, then taking him down, and finally forcing a submission just 54 seconds from the start. A demonstrative beating for the amusement of the crowd.
The other side is beautiful! That's beautiful, he's got it! And he forced the top! Whoa!
Another instance of clear disrespect towards the Russians' achievements and person took place in November 2009. By then, Fedor had already switched several organizations on his journey and had amassed a total of 30 bodies without a hint of defeat. His 31st victim was to be Brett Rogers, who faced our hero as part of a Strikeforce event.
It's going to be a fun fight because we kind of similar, and I don't know if a lot of people know, but he's a patient guy. I'm a patient guy. He likes to, be technical. I like to be technical, and most importantly, he loves to win, and so do I. So it's going to definitely be a fun fight. Oh, the cage is definitely my friend, man. My friend is definitely going to help me out. So, I'm going to use it to my advantage. He's definitely used to the boxing ring. In the boxing ring, you can kind of, get out of bad situations a lot more easier than the cage. So I'm definitely going to welcome him to the cage.
When the fight starts, I look for that moment I can take advantage of.
Oh, I definitely got the power. If he could take my heat, he's going to surprise me.
Rogers was indeed too confident in himself, with a record of 10 knockout victories in the first round before facing Fedor, bolstering his confidence. But all fighters must reckon with Emelianenko's power. And on the night of November the 7th, 2009, Brett had to acknowledge this, losing by technical knockout.
The difference is I'm going to come out a whole lot more aggressive because, I was, kind of giving him a little more respect. And he was playing the game right. He was just real loose, and I didn't come out like I normally do. I like to come out aggressive, and the next time I would definitely come out throwing him a lot more.
Former Project Kid from the Cabrini Green. Emelianenko hit him with a right hand and it's over. Wow! Just like that!
Next, with your permission, we'll move directly to the final chapter of The Last Emperor's professional path. In April 2018, after an unsuccessful debut in Bellator, Fedor Emelianenko faced former UFC champion Frank Mir to avenge his loss to Mitrione and return to the winning track.
Actually, it helped me get really motivated because I've actually taken my nutrition and everything a lot more serious than I ever have in the past. You know, sitting staring at photos of yourself being fat for the last couple of years bugged me. But if I'd have been fighting probably some young up-and-coming guy that no one really knew, I don't know if I'd have had the same motivation as fighting Fedor. You know, knowing that I'm fighting a legend of the sport, somebody who I still feel has it, you know.
Certainly I'm very happy, to meet Frank in this very fight because it's been a long time. You know, people were waiting for this very fight, but we worked in different promotions, so that's why that was not possible. But nowadays I'm really very happy. I know that a lot of our fans had been waiting for this very fight for a long time. So, and I would like to thank Scott Coker for that very opportunity, and I will be happy to meet Frank in the cage, and I can see that he's in great shape. So that's going to be an interesting fight, I hope.
You know, seeing Fedor is that, you know, watching him fight and looking at him going, oh, you know, and then we've had common opponents, you know, Andre Arlovsky, Tim Sylvia. Remember when he fought Tim? I was there live watching. And, of course, I've always wanted to match up against him. And I feel like I match up well against him. You know, Fedor's not a big guy, you know. He's quick and he's fast, but that's why I made sure I came in shape, because when I'm in shape, I'm just as quick as he is.
A victory over Fedor, does that mark a legacy moment in your career?
Yes and no. If he goes out there and we have a phenomenal fight, we both perform well, a victory in that situation, it'll mean a lot. If I go out there and clip him and he falls down, I'm going to get the, you know how it'll be Monday, it'll be like, well, it was the shell of his former self, that wasn't the Fedor that we've all known 10 years ago, what if. So, you know, you can't please everybody. I'm happy to go out there on a personal level and compete against somebody I know is a very high-level martial artist who's extremely smart. You know, I like those kind of games.
Frank Mir had perhaps the toughest 48 seconds of his professional career because, even past his prime, the Russian managed to give him a tour of the demo version of beatings reminiscent of the Pride days.
Well, I cannot say that the fight went the way I planned it because still I missed some light hit. But generally speaking, everything finished really in a very good way.
Go after Fedor, but he started to extend too much. And when he did, he got caught by that uppercut. That was a huge left.
And finally, the last spot we'll cover today happened in October, right after Fedor Emelianenko's victory over Frank Mir. The next to boldly step into the list of the last Emperor's victory, in the column of his wins, was the main OG of mixed martial arts, Chael Sonnen.
My plan's the same every single time. I've been at this sport for a long time, and I love to develop new skills. I love to learn. I think I am still developing and learning. But when I get in there, I go to plan A every time. The second they say fight, I'm going to come across that ring and get in a fight with Fedor. I am going to threaten and dare him the entire time to get him to swing that right hand. And the second he does, I'm going to come underneath him, put him on his ass against the fence, and beat a hole into his face for 15 minutes or until he gives up.
Now, one more for Fedor.
Why? Why would you ask a question of Fedor? What are you expecting to get from this? You could take the J train downtown, just ask your question to the Brooklyn Bridge. And architecturally, it would be more stimulating than you're going to get from Fedor. Have you seen him with his shirt off? It's never business for me, man. This is always personal. I hear guys that say that. I don't know if they're lying or if they just suck at this sport. But I'm a competitor, and this is personal. People say it shouldn't be. Well, it is personal. We're going to get half naked, and we're going to fight for no other reason than to find out who the tougher guy is. So, my only takeaway from staring Fedor down is, he's a little shorter than most heavyweights, and I didn't realize that till the first time. I mean, I saw it again today, but no, I didn't gain anything from this. He could be a perfectly nice guy, and I wouldn't discredit anything that he's done, but I'm not scared of him. I've seen guys do that in this sport. They're scared of John Jones. They're scared of Anderson Silva. They're scared of Mike Tyson. These are a bunch of wimps. I don't give a damn, and my message isn't to Fedor. My message is as a competitor to everybody else in the back. I don't care what he did to other people or when he did it. I will be fighting him on Saturday night, and if he cleans me up or I get over on him, we're going to see a fight. I will bring my skills. I will not show up scared like everybody else that either wanted a paycheck or they wanted out of their safe. I don't care about those things. I'm going to go out and fight.
Well, if Sonnen had prepared better, he might have been able to extract more informational and other benefits for his purposes. It might even have helped him in the fight, but in reality, it didn't work out. Neither in the cage nor beyond it. Fedor Emelianenko demonstrated another masterclass, ending in the first round in a premature manner.
Yeah, explosive. I would call him explosive. Yeah, like with his punches, there wasn't a ton of setups. They just came, and they came hard. And even on the ground, I had some good positions on him, and he would just explode. It wasn't necessarily technique-based, but it was impressive. He's an impressive athlete.
Stop being hurt. He's got to move when Dan tells him to move. And it's all over. Fedor!
Share your thoughts in the comments below this video. What do you think about The Last Emperor? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up with new videos, and of course, leave a like if you enjoyed this video. See you soon.